Well, still flying high, man. We had a great 2 days. Nothing goes perfect all the time. You know that. Wouldn't have been a great week if we had a good Wednesday. Man. But time came through. Yo Mister surprised us, and looks like money was awesome also. We've had a very good week. We swept both the open pace and open trot at the Meadows this week, and that is not an easy thit to do. Now, before the Meadows today, we had all the babies training. I wanted to go through everything with you, give you an update, talk to a lot of people. It wasn't a perfect day. It never is. But I did want to get everybody trained up now. First set, we had AC/DC, Degas, He's a Fearless Peter, Love Sensation, Blue Rare, Uncle Danny, and Hanger One. Was I beaten in there? I don't think so. No, I think Hanger One won the set pretty easily. Blue Rare, Amy goes to Blue Rare. Now here's the thing about Blue Rare, and Amy's always learning too, right? Everybody wants to err on the side of caution sometimes, and we're trying to teach the babies. Sometimes you need to have them in the right frame of mind also. Now, going into past the quarter pole the first time, Blue Rare was kind of inching out a little bit. Now, the other day, in fairness, I took the Murphy blind off her, but we did not remove it from her equipment card, so it was back on her today. I don't think that was a big deal, but when you let her slip into neutral, and a lot of horses will do this, they'll wander out a little bit, and they'll start to pull up and slow up, and then you tap them and they gotta go on. But as I said to Amy, you need to be proactive. When you're going into the turns where horses, especially when you know the horse just did it, you have to start them up before the turn and then talk to them through the turn. You know, hey, you know, tap them on the side and away they go. But if you don't have them focused, they're bound to make the same mistakes, right? And she did. She rolled off stride, went out a little bit, and then Amy tapped her on the tail. She went to jump forward, you know, and made a little break. It's just a very green thing, a silly thing to do. Just Amy didn't want to spook her and have her jump forward. I said, that's fine. That's a fair argument. But what you need to do is down the backstretch, as you're approaching the turn, then tap her on the tail when she's in the middle of the straightaway, less likely to make a mistake. Sit the bit in her mouth, and then as you go into the turn, just talk to her. Just talk to her, and she'll trot through the turn. Anyway, she made a little break. It's not the end of the world. I don't think anybody else made a break in there. Uncle Danny was closing in on me. AC/DC was good. Tyler said right line a little bit. I don't really know. Maybe he was shot this week. I'd have to double check. Here, He's a Fearless Peter, Love Sensation. Everybody else in the set was fine. Did their work really well. We wanted to go slower with everybody. We stayed around 42, right? And that's kind of where most people are. Maybe the people down south have been in 30, 35, where the climate is different, a little quicker. I'd like to stay between 30 and 42, 45 over the next 4 weeks. I definitely do not want to, that's not true, 34 to 42. I don't really want to go near that 30 marker until we're well into March. They're all very capable of doing that right now, but what we want to do is have that repetition of speed, and then as you go a little quicker, you teach them what you taught them going slower, right? In 250, you teach them to sit, maneuver, move, then grab a hold, let a horse go, stuff like that. And you continue to show them that as you show them more speed, and that's what we're trying to do here. Very happy with everybody in the first set. Second set, who did I have? I had Jo J. Fotag, and she worked today. She went back to her stall a little tired, the big girl. But did her work today, did not make a break. I was third. I believe Judy's Money mopped us, and Sweet Lake, I dropped her down in there. She's been working pretty hard the last 3 weeks, and I needed a horse for Joey to go with in that set. Sweet Lake made the most sense, so she got to drop down in class a little bit. Her and Judy's Money were 1-2. I was third with Jo J. Fotag. I think Steph's Hope made a little break on Tyler, but he blamed himself. Said she was fine. Don't Ask Again was good. Sterling Hanover was lazy, but Amy said, I followed Jason Merriman the whole way, and I followed him right through the wire. He said, I didn't give him an option to do anything wrong. I said, that was very smart. That's a very smart thing to do. Just, he needs to get his own stamina up. He's way behind everybody. So we have to allow him to grow at his own rate. And you not moving him was a very smart thing to do. In New York, I didn't get I think he was a little ways back. So I think he was like 5th, 6th in the mix. I don't know if he made a break, and honestly, I don't care. I know this horse, and he's a horse that I want to and probably should go with lots, just because he wears some equipment. But it has to be on right. You have to know the horse, where his strengths and weaknesses are while he's training, and just have somebody jump up on him. Especially Jason's gone with him a couple of times, but he needs to be fresh in your mind, right? He's a little bit of a project horse, but I like him. He's trotted plenty fast. Jason said, I know he did say he went a mile in 41, 40, something like that. So he went more than enough. So overall, I was happy with the second set, happy with Jo J Photag, but I want that to be the tip of the iceberg. I want her to be stronger next time she goes, and even stronger the time after that, and the time after that, and I'm going to have to continue to go with her for a little while. I could see what she was all about today. I could see what she was trying to do. I could see what she was trying not to do, and there will be a course correction very, very soon on Jo J Photag. The third set, who did I have in here? I didn't go with Royal Duchess. I went with Captain Doolittle. A lot of people, Jim and a number of our partners on Captain Doolittle were asking, you know what, firstly, a very frank and fair question, should we be keeping this horse? You know, you got rid of Tavion Hanover, you got rid of Cheers to Beers, this horse seems to be struggling, why is he still here? Great question. Because he's not struggling in the same way. When the other two horses struggled, it became what I would consider obvious, to me at least, that I didn't love their work ethic. I didn't like either gate, either colt. Now I could see Cheers to Beer's gate cleaning up. The other guy, I could see him being a more effective 3-year-old. If somebody got him and really took their time, his breeding might come out. I thought it, as I said before, it was an inefficient gate. But when it comes to Captain Doolittle, he said, well, you say he's hitting a knee and hitting a jack. He said, you know, they never go fast when they do that. Now, that's not true. Jim didn't say that. He said, I believe it inhibits them. And I had to remind him, as I'll remind everybody, that Memento Mori still hits in a number of places and always did. Right? One does not equal the other. And I guess the easiest way is the way I put it to Jim. Just think of it this way. Nothing in this industry is black and white. And when you start feeling like you have a firm enough grip on this industry where things become black and white, you're wrong. Your view is being skewed, and you're trying to make something extremely complex look simple, and it's not. So that was my take on Captain Doolittle. I wanted to go with him today. I did. We made a few little changes. He trained great. I won a mile in 2:41 with him. The horse was very, very good. Now, was he top of the class? Absolutely not. But he never offered to make a break. He had his ears up a number of times in the mile. He was enjoying his work for the first time in a while, and he looked very, very good doing it. On that Capta Serrano Knights, we put the aluminum shoes on her behind today, and actually Tyler went a little faster than we were supposed to. I think he went 2:38 or 2:39, and she was very, very strong and very fluid. You know, he comes up and goes, I'm really sorry. She just kind of got away on me. I said, it's okay. Nobody was stretched out. Nobody's going to go back and sulk in the corner. They were all doing their work very well. Royal Duchess and I finished last and second last, but did our work well. We were within 5-6 lengths of where Tyler was. Pretty Eyes and Lies looked good. Leland Hanover looked good. I'm telling you, keep your eye on Leland Hanover. This guy has got a beautiful gait. He takes everything easy. Everything just seems matter of fact to him, but not in a sour or an ignorant way. He's got the right attitude. He's just kind of chill and laid back and taking everything in. Watch this guy train down. He's going to be a nice colt for us, I think. Jolene Hall did her work well also, and Tomboy Strong she's top of the class. She's a nice filly. And the thing I like about her is when you have to have her on and on all cylinders firing, she can, like that. And when you just want her to settle the next week, see, sometimes when I'll go with the horse and fire the horse up to train, the next week they're a little grabby, a little aggressive. Her, no, she's got that what do they call it, like Dory. She just forgets about the week before, and it's a good quality to have. So that was that set. I was happy with everybody in there. We went out with set 4. Megan's Lucky Day did make a break. I see what she's doing. The thing I like about her, she has changed. She went from hot and fractious and rude and ignorant to, all right, you win. Now show me how to do it right. And that might sound really stupid to people out there, but her attitude and demeanor has changed overnight. It's totally different filly now, and we will help her get it right. I can see what she's doing. She's touching right hind. When they come out of the turn, you'll see them get their butt over. And what she's trying to do is miss that right front, miss that right hind. But the way they're doing it is the opposite of what they should do. Settle themselves down, correct their leads, and move the lag to the right. But most horses won't, right? When they're running in, they're trying to move that right hind leg to the inside of the gate. Now, it's something you have to correct. You don't want a horse to continue to do that. But it's also fairly easy. We'll take the boots off. We'll put a little lighter protection on her behind, maybe vet wrap and rubber inserts. Enos did not shoe her. Remember, I told you in our last video, she was going to move from a longer full swedge to an aluminum shoe behind. I think that will be it. Up front, we've taken the weight and bell boots off her. I'd like to go back to a little more weight. We're going to put a couple of sets of bell boots on her next week. And I would be very surprised the next time you saw her go if she really got herself in trouble. I think she's going to figure it out real quick. And I think she's going to learn to really like her work. That seems to be the MO of the Uncle Peters. Some of them take a little bit longer in February, March. And some of them get it right away. I remember Oso Pine was dreadful. And then it just seemed like overnight he squared his gait around. We changed his shoes, and he immediately began doing it proper and perfect. And then you have other horses like Aunt Lily that just took a little bit longer before she decided she was going to relent and actually do what she was asked in the way she was asked to do it. And once they do that, once you feel them make a change mentally, one, it's a good feeling, and two, it is a start to them learning how to do it properly. So Megan's Lucky Day, I was happy with her today. Rico Tubbs was awesome. Rose Run, Bobby was awesome. Royal Flush Dio. We got the shoes changed around, but I didn't put the hobbles on them. We'll start doing that this week. Emerald Tom was awesome. Steady Volo was also. And Cherry's Girl was good. A little rough in the turns. We're going to slide some hoops on her next week also. So no concerns so far in the 4 sets that I've gone in. 5th set was great also. Solidarity. Did get rough 2 or 3 times in the mile. I said to Dr. Atessa, I happened to be coming off the track as he was coming towards me. His truck stopped him. I said, okay, here's the thing. This horse has 2 big splints up front. Maybe they're hurting him. They may need cryo. I want you to go over this horse with a fine-tooth comb and document every single thing that you think might be wrong with him. A full workup on this horse. He just seems like something is bugging him. He's not on a line really bad at all. I can't see anything mechanically that would lead me to believe, oh, it's definitely his left hind or his right front, or maybe it's that splint. I don't know for sure. I'm assuming his splints need cryoed. Where's the roughness and the brakes coming from? It doesn't look like acute lameness. And here's the thing I have to remind everybody sometimes. James and I used to talk about this all the time. The one thing about lameness is it never stays the same, right? If you have a horse that's lame, right, he has some issues, it's always changing. The horse is a little bit better, a little bit worse. They're never the same all the time. Just a little bit different, better or worse, but never the same. Solidarity has been the same since we broke it. So the same constant, annoying, pesky kind of pain could be present. You could convince me that it's that splint or both the splints. Yep, you could convince me of that. But I'm not the vet. Dr. Latessa is. And Solidarity's file has landed squarely on his desk, and he said he will go over him tomorrow. Nothing to be concerned about. Plenty fast. It's the switching gears and dropping the hammer that's a problem. I could go out right now, go mile 25 with a bow in his neck, no problem at all. It's when I release him, when I ask him to sprint or slow down, when he's switching gears, it's a problem. See, with trotters, not so often with clean-gated pacers. So I want to know what's going on with Solidarity. Riding the rodeo was great. Diosa Della Danza was better today. And My Name is Wayne. He was good. Again, Perfect Thought, Millie Girl, the whole set was good. Perfection Hanover was a little bit back, and he said, right line a little bit today and a little out of gear. We did just change his hobbles. I bought him a brand new set of hobbles. Nice hobbles. We wear on a lot of horses. Got them all set up perfect. Really like this horse. She goes, can we put his old hobbles back on him, the heavier ones? Yes. If you want. I think that's what we'll do first. The right line stuff, I'm not worried about that. But the roughness, okay, put his other hobbles back on him. We'll see how he is. He wasn't bad. Again, he was good. There's James. call him back. 6th set, I was not there for. I had to leave, had to go to the Meadows. Did not want to miss my first drive. I asked for a rundown. Neuromancer was good. He changed his shoes. He's getting better also. It's not that he was bad, but I still see a couple little wrinkles that I want to fix, and I will, and we have, I believe. Aunt Sarah was great, go strong, Hanover. Zena Kemp on the right line a little bit. Now, she jumped on her right foot last week. I suspect that's the culprit, but I want to have a closer look at her tomorrow. Jailbird Jog, Amy said, was very strong. She goes, I really wanted you to put the hobbles on her, but then you were gone. I said, honey, I was late. I had to leave. You know where to put them on. Err on the side of snugness. Until she starts doing it right every week, I don't want any more wasted miles. Put the hobbles on. If you look at them and say, I just don't know, pull them in a hole. That's how they need to be on. She goes, that's exactly what I did. And how was she? She said she was great. There you go. And Highest Honors was good too. The whole set was very, very good. So a couple little breakers today, but nothing of any concern. We went with almost everybody today, and I didn't see any horses that concerned me. Now, I will give you a little bit of an update. We're not qualifying anything next week. If the weather looks like it, if it comes to fruition the way it's being forecasted, I'm not going to train all these horses down to qualify them in minus 16 weather. That's Celsius. I'm not doing that. So next week, we trained everybody today. We trained all the 3-year-olds yesterday. I suspect next week there's not going to be any training. If there is, be horses that are indigo that train very slow. I will tell you this, I trained Admiral Dio in the race bike today. I think he'll be just fine on Tuesday. He trained very good, 2:2, 28 seconds on the end of it. He'll be plenty tight, and he'll be on his toes for Tuesday night. I know he was like 6-1. I'm not familiar with the horses. I didn't look at them yet, but he's in one. Now one is a 1 or 2 claimer. Now there's a 2 claimer. Should be fine. Who's the other one I trained today? Oh, Vehement. I trained him at 2:2 also. He's good. He didn't get in at the Meadows. We're going to enter him in the numbers of 1-3 next Thursday. And I had somebody ask me, they said, why would you price Leggy? I'm just looking for an easy race for Leggy. If we put Leggy on gate right now, she'll bring 13,000, 14,000. So I don't think there's going to be a long lineup of people to claim her for 17. She's got to prove she's a stake filly first. Least of my worries is somebody reaching in and grabbing Leggy out of the non-winners of 1 claimer on Tuesday. So I guess the easiest way to put it is, why is she in there? Because that's where she belongs right now. And that's why she's in there. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Now you're updated. I talked to you about how the horses trained today. Thoroughly pleased with Looks Like Money, and Time Is On My Side. Yo, Mister had a great week. Eager to watch Foxy and Chevron and Felix tonight. We're going to do a little swap. Felix is leaving late tonight, early tomorrow morning. They want to beat the weather in Ontario. The shipping company does. They're taking Felix over here. Rosetta will be leaving Sunday morning to go back to Ontario, and she will have Capistrano with her. She's got a foal out in Ontario, bred in Ontario. So there you have it. Now you are completely up to date. I will talk to you all very soon. I'm not going to bring you a video tonight. So I said in a video on my way back here, talking about the Meadows. Ava and Addie and Ollie are with their friends tubing in a snow hill about 15-20 minutes from our house. So I'm going to go hang out with Amy and Melissa is the lady's name. Hang out with Amy and Melissa, Ava's friend's mom, and watch the kids have some fun. And then that'll be it for the remainder of Valentine's Day. I hope you're having a great Valentine's Day wherever you are. I hope you have a smile on your face. If you're a partner of ours on Money or Time Is On My Side, you certainly do. It's been a great week, and I hope we can keep it going next week. Take care.